It's been a great day, and I was thinking, since I've got my phone cleaned off again, and maybe I might be able to record more than 5 or 6 minutes worth of video before it shuts off on me, I need to film a closing and an intro for this video. So I thought, well, I can't do both in one video, so I'm just gonna do an outro. Is that how you say it? An outro. That thing right there is talking. So hang on a second. Oh boy. Yep, got this feller going. Can't forget about that thing. That stupid stick is burning in the background there. Sorry about that. For those of you that don't agree with that type of lifestyle. Yeah, my voice is evident of your proclamations being, see, I told you so, right there. But it doesn't quite stop someone that doesn't really give a shit. And that does it. And I thought, well, I need to make an outro before this guy makes too big of an appearance, because I bought him and 5 of his brothers at the gas station earlier when my friend Derek came over to hang out for a bit. That was a pretty cool visit. Good to see you, bud. I'm glad you're doing well, man. Keep up the good work out there. You know what I'm talking about. And yeah, man, it's awesome to have friends and to have people that you can talk to and trust. You know what I mean? And that's a pretty rare thing in this day and age. And for us to find each other, it's another thing. And man, I'm thankful for all of my friends and all of the people that follow me on Facebook and YouTube and my social medias. Not very many people, but for the handful that do and know me personally, you know that the same person in the videos is the same person that you're seeing right now. It's just me. It's just my life, and I'm recording just a little moment or two so that you can be here with me for just a couple of minutes and hear the sound of my voice and know that I'm still rocking out until I clock out. And that's what we're going to continue to do here on Kicking It with Kicker. And I'm going to continue to kick it, and I'm going to rock out until I clock out. And that's pretty much how it's going to be from now on. So I got the situation. Can you see the situation yet? How many of you actually noticed that I painted that? Did any of you actually notice in the last 2 videos of the prep work that I never mentioned? Did it? And I wonder how many of you are now going to go back through all of my old videos to see the transformation of the Orange Crush barber pole. So here's the situation I was talking about. That little white speck at the corner of my driveway is the perch that I'm going to prop you guys up in for the opening and closing, what I called it, the in outro. Yeah, we're going to do the in outro all in one take here. And I'll probably flub it, but that's okay. It's all one take stuff. I don't have to worry about it. You're just along for the ride, and whatever I film, I'll do the best I can in the editing room and clean it up, and we'll go from there. I'm going to say it one more time. Come on, let's go for a ride. We got to go for a walk first. Yep, we're getting ready to get this bad boy to the point where we're going to take it for a ride. Hey man, check this out. I want to show you something. I put a streak of right down the side of it and just polished up the side of that old boy slick. And I ran out of grease in my elbow and I ran out of grease in my shoulder. So I thought the other side can just wait till tomorrow because this guy right here made an appearance, and you know I don't like to inconvenience him when he shows up for a friendly visit. So we got you guys a perch. We're gonna pop you down right there. Let's do a disturb the neighbors video. Boy, that looks like a good shot right there. Let's do it. I bet that was so loud. Oh my goodness, I bet that was so loud. I get my phone, I'll twist it around here. Bass backwards. I told Derek about my whole ability to speak in a language called bass backwards. And I'm going to do a video one of these days of just nothing but everything bass backwards. And who knows? What do you guys think of that video and that outro at 6:51 p.m.? I'm gonna dump all this right before the main video, so stick around. There's gonna be a few more short clips from this morning right after this. You've been kicking it with Kicker, but hang around for a few minutes and you'll continue to kick it with Kicker. Alright, we'll talk to you again right now. Later. Hey there, cousins. How you doing? It's me again. It's Kicker. It's 2:18 in the afternoon on Sunday, April. I said April. I meant August. Morning got off to a good start, but I'm in sit-down mode all of a sudden, and my brain went flat. Anyway, I had a really good visit. Derek, Doug, and Jonathan came by this morning to visit and say hi and kick it with me for a little bit, and I appreciate the visit, guys. Thank you for coming to visit me this morning. And for these chicken wings, chicken legs, take a look at this. Yeah, Doug made some chicken legs, and I ain't kidding you. Good grief, man. I ate one, and Jonathan ate one, and there's still 3 more there. And that's going to be lunch for later. So I had a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Thanks to Doug and Derek and Jonathan, and they came to say hi this morning, and I appreciate the visit. And got off to a good start this morning, and I appreciate that. And now I've got to fly buzzing around my head. Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Buzz off, Maverick. You too, Goose. There's one of those little pecker nets flying around. That's his wingman. Yeah, pecker man. There I go again. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys heard about Val Kilmer, but that poor feller, he's fighting a pretty bad battle with cancer from what I understand, and he lost his voice, and now he's having a computer AI extrapolate his voice from all of the old movies that he has done, and they are building him a new voice out of his own voice. And once he's able to use that AI and his new voice system, it'll be able to speak for him and sound just like the old Val Kilmer that everybody remembers. And I think that's a pretty unique story. Little Top Gun throwback there to yesteryear. Gonna take it right into the stranger zone. Yep. I could go on and on and on. I'm not going to. What I wanted to do was a quick little video of a Will It Run video. It's been a few days since old Noisy Boy's been started up, so figured I'd put that brand new battery in it, and I heard things go click, click, clickety, click, click when I hooked that battery up. So he must have realized he was back on the juice and getting ready to be asked to go back into action. So I want to do a cold start on it. I'm not sure how many days it's been. Close to 90 anyway. I said the other night it was like 90 days. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been sitting out there for a good little minute now without being started up. And I'm sure it doesn't have very much transmission fluid in it, and I have some old fluid to put in it just to keep that front pump from suffering any further damage. Look at that. Check that out. It's 222 on the old CompuCron. 1970 CompuCron. 2223 on the CompuCron. Check out this guy. That's Mr. Horsepower. The Thrush cigar smoker. Alright, let's go for a walk. Oh, here we go. It was raining earlier, and I was half expecting to see a little bit of a rainbow once the sun came back out, but I don't think so. So I got that new battery in here. Cold start. Take a look over everything real quick and make sure. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Let's see how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. Step 1. Crank down your manual roll up and down side glass. It helps with ventilation. Find the proper key for the ignition turner thing and put the key in that ignition turner thing and get it ready. Oh, I saw action on the back. These old gasoline engines, you gotta give them like a 1, 2, and a 3, maybe a 4. It's been a minute. Just for safe measure, let's give it a 5. And let's give it a crank, and then we'll pump it as we're cranking it. I'll show you. let's give it a couple of good pumps. That's about 8. Might have flooded it. Let's hope I didn't flood it. Wow, boy, she's spinning over fast, building good oil pressure as it's cranking. Don't know why it ain't popped off yet though. Unless it isn't getting any fuel yet. We'll keep trying here. What the heck, man? Well, it would have normally fired by now, so let's get out and inspect things real quick and make sure everything's still plugged in. Yep, she just ain't getting no fuel yet. Oh, I might have put that bad boy on there tight. I sure did. Well, I'll come back here in a second when I got this thing popped off. Okay, everyone, we're back. I got some fuel in that carb. She was dry as a bone. Let's see if it pops off and talks to us for just a second. Yep, that's about all it wanted to give, was just a second. I had to get the hammer out and knock on that front bowl a little bit because I believe that the carb had set there and gotten dry from the ethanol in the fuel. Cold start. That little Comp Magnum 480 doesn't sound too bad with a 1/6 ratio rocker on it. It's a good streetable little camshaft, but it's going to sound completely different after this upgrade. Got a nice little note and hack to it, doesn't it? It's idling a little bit low. Sounds more like it. Starting to get warmed up now. Takes a minute for those forged pistons to get a little heat in them. Forged rods and forged cranks anyway. I'm not sure about the pistons part. I think they might be hyper detected. But the set of rods in it and the crank in it are both steel. that little bit of smoke that you're seeing coming out of there, that smoke is because I used that syringe. I'll show it to you. I got it laying out there. And what I did was I came over here and I got the Blitz can out. And the Blitz can has the weed eater gas and oil mix in it. And I used that weed eater gas to lube everything up in that carb. I squirted it down through the vent tube with that syringe that I have. And that's what I used to wet the carb up to get it popped off. And now you can see it coming out. Them catalytic converters are burning that oil up, sending it out as little puffs of smoke. That'll clear up in about 5 minutes once all of that two-stroke oil cleans out of them catalytic converters. I'm not going to let it run too long because it doesn't have very much transmission fluid in it. It's got some in it. I pulled the stick, so it's not going to hurt it to idle for a few minutes, as long as I don't try putting it in gear. It's got enough in the converter, and the pan has got some in it, so it's pumping something around in there. It's not sitting there completely bone dry. Old dog got a little lope to it. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna play with this thing a little more and tinker with it. I don't want to pull it in yet. I want to get my yard mowed, and today's just preparation day for the big throwdown, hoedown. I don't know what else to call it. Operation Noisy to Gnarly is what I'm going to call it. And so instead of calling it Noisy Boy from now on, I'm going to call it Noisy Too Gnarly. It's too noisy and it's too gnarly, so we're just going to call it Too Noisy, Too Gnarly. There you have it, and you've been kicking it with Kicker. Kicker out. Later.